Hello and welcome to Stillwater Spotlight, where we shine a light on the helpful things to know. Today I'm going to be teaching you a little bit about the City of Stillwater's budget process. The City of Stillwater is responsible for 5,000 acres of parkland, 400 lane miles of public roads, 50 miles of sidewalks, 27 bridges, 460 miles of water mains, and 230 miles of waste collection mains. The list of city assets goes on and on. So a good question is, how does the city build and maintain such a large number of things? Well, that's where the Chief Financial Officer comes into play. The city's current CFO is Melissa Reams. She and her team work year-round following the guidelines laid out in the Municipal Budget Act, which specifies a city to meet due dates in order to be past their budget. I sat down with Ms. Reams and she was able to give me insight on how those due dates work.
30 days before the beginning of our fiscal year, which is July 1st, the city manager has to present to the councilors our proposed budget. 15 days before the beginning of the fiscal year, we have to have had a public hearing where people can come and express their opinions about the budget. And then the budget has to be resolved or has to be passed with a resolution by the city council 7 days before the beginning of the fiscal year.
So given all the time parameters, the city's finance team develops a budget timeline. Now this timeline takes into account many things such as the city's department expenditure requests, the time for city staff to analyze revenues, and then of course the time to blend all those numbers together and create a working budget. So it's the city doing all the work, but the upside is residents can express their opinion about how the city spends taxpayer dollars. The budget fair is a major event held annually during the winter that allows residents to meet and discuss this year's proposed budget with city councilors and staff.
We would love for everybody to come out, look at what we have proposed for the budget for the next year, and help us analyze. Have we thought of everything? Are there things that could be considered? They may not make it for this year's budget, but certainly if there are opportunities that we should be looking at, we can be planning for those in future budget periods.
So essentially the city's just like you and I. You may create a yearly or monthly budget for you and your family, and things like a new car, vacation trips, and even things like groceries would be added in there. You plan on all of your expenditures, subtract them from your anticipated income, and then hope there's still some room for Starbucks during the week. And it's as easy as that. Except you're probably providing for you and your family, and the city has to provide services for nearly 50,000 residents over 28 square miles. Not to mention it employs nearly 600 full-time and full-time equivalent positions. But it's as easy as that. If you want to find out more information on the City of Stillwater's budget process and to read this year's budget in brief, visit stillwater.org. That's all for this episode of Stillwater Spotlight, still pioneering.